Some moves that you do in wrestling are reactionary moves. All right, if you try and force it, you're going to do it wrong. All right, the biggest problem with banana split is that most people think it's junk because most people do it wrong. Okay, if you do it correctly, you can do it in states against other senior undefeated state placers and pin them with it. Okay, and the higher in weight class you go and the bigger and stronger you go, the cockier these guys get with their little tripod, and the more likely a nice little split's there. Now, like I said, let me show you kind of a wrong one. If you go to your buddies and say, I'm going to go split this dude, ha ha ha, and you get your leg in, you just kind of reach down, lock your hands, and you just kind of pull straight back like a tilt. If you just kind of roll straight back like a tilt, okay, what's going to happen is this guy is going to be extended, and you're trying to pull right here. He's going to kick his leg straight. He might sit up on you. It's a bad situation that you're creating for yourself. You don't want to do that, okay? So don't think of a split as something that you're going to force. Think of it as something that's going to open up for you. All right, you can definitely do it out of a nice high tripod. Go ahead and tripod high with your hands close. Okay, that's not how we're going to drill it today, but if you're going to be a split kind of guy, this is a lot of time where you're going to get it set up for you right there. What we're going to do today, and a lot of times what a guy's going to do in order to defend legs, all right, just to get a restart, is he's going to stand up and get his feet off and his hands off the mat. That happens a lot when you're a leg rider, okay? And he'll start with one leg and then step up to the other leg, kind of a tripod, get his hands off the mat. And if this happens, okay, it's potentially dangerous. The match stops and you get a restart. Now, if he keeps doing that, he's supposed to be called for stalling on bottom. If we already have our leg in, that's how the rule is written. Whether the ref does that or not, up to him, but that's how the rule is written. If you put yourself into potentially dangerous over and over, that's a stalling. But again, a lot of times what people do, whether they're trying to hip down, whether they're tripoding up, no matter what they do, a lot of times this leg will come up a little bit, like a half step right there. And that's really all we need. There's a couple things that people do wrong that we're going to fix, and we're going to make sure that you do it right. So make sure you pay very, very close attention, okay? All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go elbow deep. Do not lock at the knee, okay? You don't want to lock your hands at the knee. Instead, don't do that. You want to come all the way up, elbow deep behind the knee. Do you guys see that? And you want to lock like Danny has. You don't want to lock like this or anything. You want to have your thumbs to your side and lock like that, okay? Never done that before, go ahead and do that now. Now, next thing, and this is a really big deal, is you're going to engage your hips. You're going to lock your hips, kind of like, vice grips. And what you're going to do is you're going to rotate and point your PP back. You're going to rotate nice and high right here. You see that rotation? That's a very, very big deal, okay? And instead of trying to pull up and over this way, you're going to try and pull his knee towards his ear. Kind of rotate it around. Pull, pull, pull. Pull, stop, right there. Now, the biggest problem here that a lot of people do is they allow the opponent's hips to be on top of you. Okay, and there's two ways to fix that. If you feel that, that's common. This guy's going to be trying to fight. He's allowed to wrestle too. The two things that you're going to do to prevent that from happening is you're going to take his knee and put it on the mat. Even if you have to let up a little bit right here, you're going to put his knee on the mat. You wrestle for me, you're going to hear me start screaming, put his knee on the mat. The second thing you're going to do is going to bridge up into him. Okay? Bridge up, bridge up, bridge up. You're going to bridge up into him. And that keeps his hips pushed up high. Put his knee on the mat. By then he's pinned. Reset. Oh, it's like a little break there. You alright there, Joe? Alright. So, just to review the finer points here. Partner's going to take kind of a half step. We're going to go elbow deep. Lock our hands. Rotate our hips, pull the knee around to his head, put the knee on the mat and bridge up nice and high. Don't lay on your back and get yourself pinned here. That's very silly. Okay, make sure that you're bridging up nice and high. Does everybody understand that? Okay? All right, 1, 2, 3.